Hi, all. This is Saida Bulgara from Becoming AM, and here we have the message for Sunday, July 26th. Now, I would love to tell you that our Sunday will be a day of rest, but no, it will not be. Because here we have the moon in Capricorn, and whenever the moon is in Capricorn, we literally have drama with ourselves because we are connected to certain mindsets, agreements, frequencies, peoples, organizations, etc. So this would be like you're starting to notice that maybe those things that you listen to in social media are kind of putting you backwards instead of forwards. Maybe those friends that you talk to are holding you back instead of encouraging you on forward. It may be the same voices in your head that are the things that you heard when growing up have been limiting you because they're not supposed to be there in the first place. And so this is what Capricorn usually does. It kind of stirs up that energy of the agreements that limit us to remind you of how that feels like. We did have that Capricorn moon that initiated the Mercury retrograde. And a lot of people were starting to notice things about themselves and things about the people around them that were kind of sketch. So this energy is coming back. Sorry, I'm starting to feel really dry in my throat. Now, like I told you on Saturday, you're being told to shift your social networks, your social groups. You're being told it's time for you to move away from something and move towards something else. Well, this day starts the retrograde in Saturn. This is Saturn in Aries is going on retrograde until about November 15th. This is a recall from February 20th. That was the Great Reset, where you're starting to reset your identity. Now, historically speaking, whenever we have Saturn retrograde in Aries, we have identity crises. So this is when you're like, this is not who I am. I can't do this anymore, blah, 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 whole mess of stuff. There's leadership accountability. So you can notice the corruption that are around the leaders that have been around you so you can move away from them. And there's been major shifts in how society handles crisis or conflicts. So keep that in mind because that's how it historically affects us. And now we have the energy of Neptune also nagging at us saying you're selling yourself short, you're not in the right group, you're a swan, you're not a duck, what is your problem? So we have like a major identity crisis and a major what are you doing? Why are you pretending to be this when you are so much more? And so this is pretty big because what I'm seeing in this is that you're going to start having this urge n- to like fight for yourself and kind of find your own autonomy, your own control, the own I am, and the I am not that was assigned to you by your family, by your society, by X, Y, Z, X, Y, and Z, but instead by what calls you, your purpose. You're not going to feel happy in an environment in which you're just filling in the boxes, but it doesn't call to your soul. So I am seeing a lot of people that are going to shift careers, even if they have huge titles like doctors and whatever, they're going to realize they were never supposed to be that. They just did that because society told them that's the thing they needed to do, and they're going to shift it out. So don't be surprised if that starts to happen where you're like, why have I invested the 20th years of my life doing this job that I flip and hate? I'm over it. And deciding to restart. Okay. That is where Capricorn helps because Capricorn also gives you structure, also gives you discipline, and it also makes you sign new contracts for yourself, new agreements for yourself to be able to move forward. So it is good, but it is also like a big shakeup. So get ready for that. And we're ending the week like that. So you know the following week is going to be a hot mess. But I mean, we needed it. All of us need a wake up call. I hope this helps.